Pre-market prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
Good morning, Carlos. I'm doing better than you. Did you not pay the electricity bill again?
I never pay the electricity bill. Yeah, never. It's not something I do, man. I let my wife handle that. It's just not my thing.
Okay, well. She needs to get on that because it's really dark there. You're looking
it's
furry
really dark.
this morning.
I just texted her, turn on the lights, please, and she did.
We've got
such a good wife.
We've got
such a good wife.
Carlos the kitty this morning. So, all right, well, guys, hey, how about that trading yesterday? A weird day yesterday. I found hard to get some good trades. Nothing ran. Pretty sideways action. So. Not really a surprise, I guess, right? We came in, and if you remember when you were doing the pre-market yesterday, not a lot was moving. It wasn't a terrible day from my perspective, but it wasn't a great day either. It was really hard to get things to run, really hard to break levels. I was watching Intel and Tesla, and what else was I trading? There was something else where it could not, PLTR. And they just couldn't break through these levels. They had these whole dollar levels with all these orders sitting there, and they just could not get through those levels for most of the day. So little frustrating if you were trying to do 5-day breaks or things like that. So my reversals, again, all sort of got little bits of movement, and then they stopped me out. Like over and over again. So hopefully we get a little bit of a better trading day today. We'll see. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today happening out there. Although no earnings, but a lot of stuff moving in the markets and a lot of international sort of monetary policy changes going on. It feels like. So Carlos, we'll get to those in a couple of minutes. Maybe we can start with the economic calendar. We do only have just a couple of things that are officially happening here for the North American markets. Bowman is speaking. She's speaking at just a few minutes here at 9 o'clock. We do have the case. Oh, I spelt that wrong. My dyslexia, man, comes up here. The Case-Shiller Home Price Index, which is coming up at 9 o'clock as well, and then consumer confidence at 10. So, as you can see, nothing major, right? This is not job openings, or it's not employment rates. It's not any of the big stuff. So we've got a couple of good ones coming later this week, but today it's, again, going to be fairly quiet.
Yeah, we'll see how things go this week. Our gappers is not too quiet this morning, and I do like some of the names on here. But clearly, China is up to something, as you can see here. Futu, Becky, Billy, Lee, JD, Baba, PD. I mean, these are all Chinese tickers for the most part, like 95% of this list. So they're doing well this morning. I saw some rate cuts, Peter. What's China up to, man?
China's got a couple things going on. So their growth rate has been anemic. Now, China has been expected to have very high growth, right? Because they've been maintaining that for the last decade or so. And their inflation, or well, not inflation, their growth rate has slowed to less than 5%, which has had sort of a depressive effect on pretty much the global markets. They did announce that some support for some of their industries, a few economic stimulus packages. If you remember, we were talking about a month ago, China had announced one that they were providing to their semiconductor and a second one to their EV sectors. So they've announced a couple more stimulus package and loosening some of the lending conditions from their state-run banks, which I think pretty much all the banks are state-run in China. I'm not actually sure if there's any independent banks, but anyways, the key one is the People's Bank of China, which, yes, has announced a couple of rate cuts to make lending a little more attractive and borrowing of money. So that's having a positive effect with the Chinese stock market up. The Nikkei was up yesterday. The German markets, I think, had benefited from that. So we're seeing a little bit of increases around the globe, and we're starting the day green, anyways. A little bit, tiny bit green here in North America. So, yeah, so that's all good news, I guess, for the international market. And as you said, Carlos, it's basically that news which is leading to a lot of our gappers lists. So I don't think we'll go through them, but I don't know that there's much independent news on any one of these. They're all just being floated higher by the positive economic conditions that out of China this morning.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. And hopefully that can provide some good stuff for us. I do see Baba, which is one of my favorites on deck this morning. So that out of this entire list. So I'm going to be adding that one on the list here. So BABA is one that I like to trade. They're up nicely. If I can get the ticker to come up here. Hold on. There it is. They're up 5.4, 1.6 million shares traded. Is clearly one of my favorite stocks to look at. So I'll be looking at that one. And since we're Chinese stock heavy this morning. Maybe JD could be another one that can be interesting. Up 7.3, also great volume. We traded it in the past quite a bit. So I'm going to add JD as a possible here. And PDD is a favorite amongst a lot of traders. They have a good daily, right? They got down big a couple of weeks ago. And now they're looking to break out of that. Not sure if this is going to create a continuation in momentum here, but they're up 4.8, also with 998,000. I think it's worth putting as a secondary. I know it's one that can trade very well, and a lot of traders are probably going to be looking at. So, other than that, is there anything else that's not related to that news on here? I see BNZI, which is, man, this is cranking up almost 80% right now. 1.6 million shares traded, just got going. Horrible daily. Banzai International. What Banzai? I don't know.
Banzai
Yeah.
International. Never heard of
What's
them.
the deal with these
Never
guys?
seen them on our list.
Me either.
500,000 share float. I see 640,000 shares. They basically paid off some debt and restructured some of the agreements with company insiders to provide a cash infusion basically for them. So the elimination of that debt is good because that means that they had cash available. And apparently there was some, I don't know this company, but reading the article, looks like there was some concern over their ongoing liquidity, and this debt restructuring has cleared up some of those concerns. So I think that's why they're surging this morning. I don't feel that this is going to be an ongoing tradable offering, but maybe I guess. I mean, if you like the low floats, perhaps this is the one for you today. I mean, they do have 1.8 million shares traded, and they're up 70%, 72% right now. So,
yeah, I don't like the way this normally trades. I mean, just the low flow. These type of stocks are not my favorite. It is a low flow in play today. I will add it to a risky pile here. So BNZI for me, it'll be entertainment purposes only. It's fun to watch. I mean, $4 up a 7, up 70%, 1.8 million shares traded. That's some really good volume. Looking through this list, I see Lunar is not part of the Chinese frenzy here this morning, but it is down 1 point. Wait, this is down. Why is it showing up on my list? Let's confirm that. Lunar, yeah, it is down. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
that's showing on my gap
down
up list.
1.9%.
Very interesting. Yeah, not sure. Yeah, that should not be. Oh, it disappeared now. They heard me. Okay. All right. So there it is. Then scrolling down, Baidu. These are all Chinese. TSM is up this morning, up 2.3. Taiwan Semiconductor here, 268,000. Peter, any specific news to these guys?
On TSM, well, what's happening here? Ugh. Sorry, my computer's been taken over by a fake website telling me I've got a virus. I hate it when those things happen. Obviously, I got on some bad news site. Well, remember the big news yesterday where Intel was up quite significantly on the rumor of an acquisition. There is announcement of a partnership between TSM and Samsung to build $100 billion chip manufacturer mega factories. They're now, I love how we like to put bigger terms on it. I'm a car guy, and have you noticed the inflation of car terms? Right, you had sports cars, and then you had supercars, and now you got hypercars, and they just like to try and get bigger and bigger terms. So anyways, having a big factory is not enough. You have to have a mega factory. And it looks like they might be building one in the UAE. So that was the news this morning, which has got TSM moving.
Yeah, it's crazy. So you can see that on here, guys, up 2.4, 269,000. Speaking of cars, you know what? One of the things that, especially in my town, Teaneck, right? So it's old town, whatever. Um, these garages, man, they're not built like old garages are not built for the new cars. It just don't fit. So a lot of people now that are redoing their homes around my area, their garages look insanely huge. It's like they're taking up a big chunk of the yard because they got to make space for their, their bigger trucks and the way cars have evolved since years back. So very interesting the way you can tell whoever did their garage because it just looks out of place.
Yeah, you'd need a pretty big garage if you want to park a modern Ford F-150 or maybe your Expedition inside the garage. Because you're right, they wouldn't fit in an old standard one. So
yeah. So there it is, man. All right, friends. TSM. I like it. Not one of my favorite stocks. I cannot say that I traded very well. That is going to be on my main list, but secondary, I think is worth it, especially with that news. Let's see if something can come out of this. So secondary for that one, and we'll see where it goes from here. All right, and that's it. That covers our gap up, guys. Again, pretty much mainly on the Chinese news we just share with you guys. Peter, as far as anything else that might be gapping up, what do you have this morning?
We'll just talk everything that I've got, gap up and gap down. I'll start with some gap down ones. I mentioned Intel. Intel was the big mover yesterday. Volume well over average, and we're seeing above average volume so far this morning. It's down about 0.7%, but it looks like it's still in play. I mean, obviously, I like the semiconductor sector, as you guys know. NVIDIA volume is falling off on the other side, so Intel's actually gapping down a little bit. NVIDIA's right at break even, right at the close from yesterday. But we're only seeing 3.7 million shares traded, which is a lot lower than normal. Normally, when we're talking about this time, Carlos, we've been seeing about like 8 million shares or so at this time in the morning. So looks like that's fading off a little bit. And like my buddy AMD, 160,000 shares, very, very low. But they always pick up when the market starts. So anyways, but the whole market is like that, right? Like I think volume's a little lower. The one exception I would say is Tesla. The volume is pretty good on Tesla. 2.6 million shares traded so far this morning, which is a little on the high side. And look at the price. Tesla's one of the few things that did move higher yesterday, not aggressively higher, but it was one that was really struggling with that 250, right? I mean, that's a big number, right? $250, sort of big whole dollar number. It really struggled to break it, but did manage to do it. Like I think the closing price was $249.99. Actually, I see today they've changed that to 250 on the nose, but when I was watching it right at the close, it didn't get over that until right after, like 401 is when it bounced higher. So anyways, this morning, I think it's going to be in play. We're sitting at 254 this morning. So, that 1.8% is up about $4. So I think it's worth watching. It should be on your list if you like trading Tesla. Couple other things that had some news. If you like AI news, everybody's talking AI. Google had some AI news. One of their subsidiaries, I guess, Snapchat, their competitive, I guess that's their competitive product to Instagram. I'm not sure, but anyways, Snapchat's going to be integrating the Google AI Gemini into their platform. So that's I don't think that'll move Google, right? Because Snapchat's a pretty small component there. But Chevron might be interesting to look at. We talked about, I can't remember when they announced this. It was a while back. Chevron, CVX is the ticker for Chevron. They don't typically trade a lot of volume pre-market, but they did get approval from the FTC for their acquisition of Hess. And if you're in the U.S., I think that's going to have a big impact. I don't have Chevron or Hess gas stations here in Canada, at least not in Eastern Canada. But I see them all the time when I drive in the States. So I assume that's going to be a big thing. Anyways, it'll be a big deal, a big change. I don't know if they're going to keep the brands or merge them or what's going to happen, but they got approval. Anyways, that's a $53 billion acquisition that's been approved, green lighted by the FTC. So that's good news for them. And last but not least, might be, if you like credit cards, Visa's down about 2%. V is their ticker symbol, but they apparently, the Department of Justice is going to be looking at an antitrust case on how they've been managing debit cards over the last little while. So that normally it's good news for credit cards because they're always making money, but that might take them down a little bit. It's that's a tough trader, but I thought I would mention it. So that's what I've got there. I got to give a shout out, by the way, to Hamish. Thank you, Hamish. His news. He's back giving his news summaries and a lot of good stuff in there that I was able to leverage. So I just want to say thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
The only other thing, unfortunately, war continues in the Gaza Strip and in Israel, and we did see some change in oil prices. If you're following that, I don't typically trade anything oil related, but oil prices are up. So at the very least, fill up your gas tank soon because Israel launched a bunch of attacks on some Hezbollah controlled facilities, and that's going to put further strain on the oil supply out of the region. So there's lots of sort of international news that indirectly will affect our market. I mean, the other thing that I should mention, I guess, in the final thing I should talk about is that we had that the interest rate decrease. Everybody was calling it an oversized 50 basis points rate cut. I think our perception of what's oversized will change over the next little while because interest rates are still historically high, I'll say, at this point. And the U.S. Fed has a target rate of somewhere just south of 3%. I can't remember, it was 4.7 or 2.7 or 2.9%, somewhere in there, I think is their target interest rate. And there's a lot of, they have to go, oh my God, I can't even speak. They have to decrease the rate significantly to get there, right? Which means I think we're going to see a bunch more half-point cuts if what is being said is true. Some of the Fed speakers that are out there are suggesting that we're going to see a lot more cuts coming over the next, in the further meetings, and that means half point is sort of the minimum of what they're going to have to do to get from where we're currently sitting down to under 3%. So we'll see what happens. And the suggestion is, by the way, all of that is going to happen over the next 2 years. So if you think they only have what do they have, 4 times a year that they can cut rates? I mean, I guess they could cut rates anytime they want to, but they tend to do it at these quarterly meeting announcements. It's going to take a little while to get there. I mean, it would shock the market, I think, if they went can you imagine if they cut a full percentage point, right? And I don't think they're ready to do that, but they'd have to have pretty consistent half point cuts to lower it another 2% to get to where everybody's thinking they're going to go. So in the short term, the challenge is a lot of that stuff I was just talking about. It doesn't affect our trading today or tomorrow, right? It's worth keeping in mind if you're looking at a bigger picture. But for today and tomorrow, and this week, we're looking at the short term stuff, and that feels fairly calm. China stimulus news is probably the biggest thing that's affecting us this morning. So yeah, let's trade those and watch the others.
Yep, absolutely. All right, friends, let's quick look at our gap down list. But first, over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. For those that are looking for the $1 link trial, there's a link there posted by Team Bearable Traders. So try that link. That one should work. If it doesn't, let us know. But that should work. I know there was some issues getting into links, and there's some issues with links and stuff like that. Just know that our team is working on some upgrades on the background, on some servers or whatever they do there, and is causing some link problems in certain areas. So, but I've been told this one works, so try it there. bearabletraders.com/YouTube should work for everyone. If it doesn't, just let me know in the comments there. All right, gap down list. Let's take a look at the first one. HE this morning. This is down 12.3, 2.7 million shares traded. Hawaiian Electric. This is one that we know very well, Peter, and not for good reasons. Gapping down today. Did they get found with some trouble here?
Yeah, we with those terrible fires that cost some lives in Hawaii, of course, put them on our radar from a trading perspective. But no, in this case today, it's really just a secondary offering. They're issuing another 54. It's you remember we talked the other day about like the weird numbers. This is another weird one. They're announcing a public offering of 54,054,054 shares. I can't make sense of that one. Somebody was just having fun. But anyways, at a price of $9.25, which is why we see the stock moving down towards that price.
All right, there we go. I don't like this one, so I won't be watching. I think we'll find better stuff to look at. Even if our list looks very light right now, I only have BABA. I might end up moving up all these Chinese tickers, JD, PD, and TSM by the time we're done here. But we'll see what you guys like first before we go that route. The last one on the gap down list, down 2% this morning, 270. It is MNSO, and I don't think I ever seen this ticker before, but they're down 2.1. It doesn't look great on the daily. Looks foreign, so I'm not sure what these guys do. Yeah, I don't know what they are, but they doesn't look interesting to me.
Yeah, this is so they are an acquirer. The Miniso, I don't know them, but it's a Chinese company that apparently is in retail, and specifically they're getting into or heavily into grocery stores. It looks like so. They are buying. Looks like they're buying Yonghui Superstores, a leading Chinese retailer. So I don't know. This says Superstores. I assume that was a grocery store, only because our local grocery store is called the Superstore. Maybe not. I have no idea what they sell, to be honest. But anyways, looks like they're going to be buying this Yonghui, and they own 850. Well, they say supermarkets, so yeah, fresh produce, daily necessities. So there you go. All right. So yeah, that's why they're gapping down. Usually when you're the acquirer, right, your stock goes down because you have to buy and integrate and absorb the cost. So that's why they're on our list and gapping down, where the rest of the Chinese market seems to be moving up this morning.
Yep, there it is. And we're seeing that in the gappers list being taken over there. All right, let's take a look, friends, at some of the stuff that you guys like this morning. We'll start here in our YouTube chat. I'm sorry, in our main chat. So let's see what we got going on there. We have so Tesla being thrown out, BNZI. Yep, we know about that one. That one's just going insane, right? Right now, a little bit of a drop, but it's still up 50%. So we'll see how that goes. Again, very, very risky. Be extra cautious. Tesla, yes, Tesla. It's been very, very active. Had a great day yesterday and continues to move up here, up 2.7 million shares traded. So some good volume for them today, and they're rocking this morning. Look at the run over the last few weeks since August. It's just been uphill. Obviously, rate cuts and helping them as well, as you can see there. So yeah, I think worth watching. I like what I'm seeing here in the pre-market, and it should be fun today. Futu, Futu is on our list. F you to you. Futu is on here. It is up 9%. Again, on the Chinese news, but Bob is one of my favorite stocks to look at this, and maybe JD or PDD will be a secondary one here. So we'll see. If I have more space, I'll add one of these other ones up here. But right now, I'm going to go with Baba and my secondaries that I have on here as well. Philip from Belgium, you're giving us Apple. Apple this morning, kind of quiet, right? So not gapping up a whole lot right now, 485,000 at the moment. So again, we'll have to wait and see when the volume comes in. I mean, we all like to see Apple do well as far as trading. So I'm going to put it on a secondary list for now. I don't see anything overly explosive on it. Peter, you did mention NVIDIA earlier, and again, really, really flat, light volume. And if you look at the last couple of days, it's just kind of squeezing into a point here. So maybe there could be some kind of breakout eventually. Might not be today, but we're just, tighter and tighter range, which is nice for us. If we can get some kind of breakout up or down, we can take advantage of that. But lighter volume, is it really in play? No. It's not really in play, but it can trace so well, and we want to see it break out of here and take advantage of it.
It's one of those handful of stocks like a Tesla or I even Apple or AMD that I like, where they just trade enough volume and enough consistent moves every single day that they're sort of, it's like they're in play every day. I mean, there's even when there's no specific news.
Yeah, just mentioning in chat here. Yeah, the Tesla. People keep mentioning Tesla. Tesla's in play, heavily in play this morning. Probably the best stock at the time that we're looking at our watch list. Nvidia, it's really a secondary, but I'm going to be looking at the overall SPY. Right, if the SPY starts moving, Nvidia, Apple are just going to follow suit. This has kind of been happening lately. Wherever the SPY goes, the overall market goes. These stocks just been following that movement. So I'll move NVIDIA up. If I don't find anything else to cover this list that actually is in play, I will move it up. So that's Apple. What else we have over on YouTube? Jose Vargas is giving us AMLX. No. Where's the truck? Get the truck out here. This is no good. There's no volume, Jose, on this one, so it's really not in play. So I'm not sure how you found this one. But yeah, I had a couple of big moves yesterday, it looks like, because of $3 stock. But yeah, be careful with this thing, depending on how you're looking to trade. All right, what else we have, friends? So that's AMLX, no good there. We looked at Tesla. We looked at Apple. Snow. People are mentioning Snow. So Snow, yeah, you got some movement. I don't know what happened last night. So last night you got a drop after the close. So we'll find out what went on there. That was from 113 all the way down to 107. Didn't really make our gappers list this morning because they recovered. They recovered back up to the previous day close, so they did move here. But on the big picture, the daily, they're just stuck in this range. Right? It's a big range. My issue with Snow is the lack of volume. Right? We just don't get great volume, so the spread at times can be brutal, even at the market open. So you got to be really careful with the number of shares on that. But yeah, what happened yesterday, Peter? Any news on Snow?
Right after the close yesterday, they did announce a $2 billion private placement of some convertible notes. So a little bit of raising some cash there. That's usually dilutive to stock price. I'm surprised that it reacts so heavily to that. But I guess for Snowflake, $2 billion is a pretty significant size. So that would have an impact on shareholders. I mean, it's convertible notes, so it's not stock in the same way, but it does have an impact because they would be front of the line should they need to cash out over shareholders. But yeah, that's the only news I see.
Okay, there we go. Let's take a look here. What else we have, friends? I think that covers it. CRM. What is CRM up to? Unless they have any big news, I really don't watch Salesforce. They don't trade very well. Very light volume. I see what you're looking at. Clearly, the daily looks like it wants to break out here. So we're setting up for that. If it can get that done today, if it can get the volume, it looks like it wants to break out here, and that is not your all-time highs, but you can see here you got clearly some kind of resistance that you're going up against after the big gap down back in May on CRM. So, all right, let's do two more here. We'll do Neo. We spoke about. I'll do Neo and XPEF together. So Neo, someone mentioned about the volume, right? Neo gets volume. This 4.7 is not. It's not a new. Neo will do this by just waking up in the morning, throws out 5 million shares traded, and the stock looks like garbage in the morning, right? So it just does that. I don't know who's trading this stuff. But as far as being in play, I prefer watching some stuff that actually can move, like a BABA, like a JD, even PDD. These stocks I think are really going to be in play. I might move JD back up here. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I think that's the big news today. I think a lot of people. Go ahead, Peter.
Yeah, well, sorry to interrupt. Yeah, but Neo, it's a good example of how not all volume is good volume, right? So, because you're right, Neo gets a ton of volume every day. Carlos, if you could flip to just a 1 minute chart, it really, we've talked about this in the past, but just as a reminder, see how, I mean, look at these candles, right? You've got candles that are red candles or green candles or just total wick candles. They're all within a 1 penny range. Right. So all of this volume is not valuable to you because these are computers trading against each other. Right. And if you actually watch the Neo stock trade, you can't trade against this. Right. I mean, you could try, but it's not likely to yield a profitable trade. So you got to be careful with offerings like this where, sure, there's a lot of volume, but it doesn't mean it's necessarily good for you or something that you can take advantage of. So I typically avoid Neo because when I see charts that look like this, that tells me it's computers versus computers. Now, don't get me wrong. Computers are trading the majority of the volume in almost every offering. But when you get a good mix of retail traders and sort of manual trades, you can tell that. And that's why something like a Tesla is so attractive, because their volume just exhibits itself differently. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, yeah. So no good for Neo. I moved JD up. I got Baba JD and I got some other possibles as far as the Chinese news that we got this morning. All right, friends. I think that's it. What else? Anything else here? See, Eamon got his list very early this morning. He had PLTR up there, his watch list already. Let's take a look at PLTR. Again, not doing a lot for the way I like it to trade here, but it does have 953,000 shares traded. But for the most part, yeah, we're looking pretty good as far as our list goes. I like what I have on here today. It's not a lot, but I think there's some real good potential on here. And then if we don't find anything else, we'll move Nvidia up, we'll move Apple up. We'll keep a close eye on these magnificent seven. Oh, how about Meta? No one mentioned Meta. Meta's been doing well, quiet today. So yeah, not a whole lot going on this morning. All right, friends, let's get over to community events and announcements. And you have something else, Peter, before we jump to that?
Well, yeah, you're right. Meta actually had some good moves yesterday. One of the few that I mean, it didn't end up anywhere special, but it spiked up sort of a little bit after the open and then moved down fairly heavily, especially compared to everything else that was largely moving in a much tighter range. So yeah, maybe it's worth watching Meta. Not sure why it did that yesterday, but well,
yeah,
maybe it's because it was
good point.
All-time highs, right? Like we talked about.
Yeah, and good point. Like if pre-market does nothing, right, like it is doing today, look better than what it is today, and they could still give you some good moves. This is typical Meta type action. But yeah, you know what, Meta will be a good one to watch to see after hitting all-time highs if we can get something out of it. So we'll put it on my secondary. Then a little bit later, we'll decide what we move up here. All right, let's take you through what's happening for today on this beautiful. Oh, Tuesday is up on the website, Peter. So you know what's actually happening today.
It is Tuesday, and yes, our website's back, baby. So as I've been saying, Mike is presenting tonight. He's going to be talking to you about how you can leverage the scanners to trade the high of day break strategies. He's going to focus in on this strategy, give you some detail about how it works and how you can take advantage of it. Even if that's not a strategy you want to trade, it's worth going to these strategy sessions because then you can understand just what people are looking for at certain levels. Why are they looking for that? How do they manage it? It might give you some thoughts of stuff you can apply to your own trading. I love other strategy webinars, even if I never plan to trade the strategy, just for those reasons, so that I can say, oh, you know what, that's a good idea. I should look for something similar in my trading or think about trading it that way. Or if nothing else, my Mountain Pass, for example, is great to understand what people are looking for in a high of day break, because I'm waiting for the high of day break to fail. So if I know what they're looking for, I've got a better indication of when it's likely to fail, because for them, that's a negative situation. For me, I'm all excited because it might be a trade setup that I can take advantage of. Next week, Jared is going to be leading the Tradebook session on using Spot Gamma. Now, if you were with us last week, right, we had Spot Gamma come and present in the room, and they talked about their tool. I know Jared's been pretty excited about it. He's been using it for the last little while and thinks, there's a lot of value in it. And Spot Gamma actually has a launch event happening today at 11 o'clock. So we've partnered with them on this, and we're very happy that they're presenting it. I'm going to post a link if you're interested in joining that 11. They invite all comers. And if you're a Bear Bull Trader member, or if you're listening to me right now on YouTube, you can take advantage of this is a paid service, but you can take advantage of a discounted rate with Spot Gamma that you'll get the best rate through the Bear Bull Trading link. So if it's something you're interested in checking out, and if nothing else, click on their link, because if you want to see a state-of-the-art website for $19.97, go to their link. I promise you, they've put all of their development effort into the tool, and they've purposely, I think, gone retro on this, because even all the references go down below when they say, is it right for me? See if you can identify the movies in there, and hopefully you can, right? But they're all 1980s movies, and this website, again, as soon as I looked at it, I'm like, oh my God, like this brings back memories from, last century. So I find it amusing. They must have done it on purpose, right? There's no way you've done that, because their tool is very advanced. the site is purposely retro. So anyways, it's entertaining if you just want to click on that. But yeah, go check, register for their the launch event, and again, they'll sort of give you an idea of what the tool does, how you can take advantage of it, and whether it's for you. So check it out. Good partner for us here. So, but our webinar tonight, again, 8 o'clock regular time. That's 8 o'clock Eastern, right? So it's 4 hours after the market close. Hopefully you'll join Mike for that one. If you want to join us at Bearable Traders in the chat room or go to these webinars, you have to be a member. And if you do that, well, you can go to our website, bearabletraders.com, and right on there, you can find the membership options. I know people are asking about the intro offer. It is just $1 on the website. You'll see $39, but you can go to the separate link, which is bearabletraders.com/YouTube, and then you can get that $1 offer. It's exactly the same as the $39 offer, right, in terms of what you get, but it's only $1. Velislav, you're asking, would we record it? We always record those webinars, and they're available in the Education Center for all of our elite members. So you have to have an elite membership, Velislav, but basically everything but the intro, and then you can get access to it. So yes, we will absolutely record it. All right. But anyways, if you want to join us, the intro is what I was just talking about. The basic and elite, of course, there are monthly packages. And then you've got the annual, which gives you the best access and the best price. So hopefully you'll consider one of those packages from the site. All right. By the way, where we get our information on the markets is tradingterminal.com. And just going to Trading Terminal now, I can see that we've got the all the economic data that's out there, and some information did come out at 9 o'clock. Remember, I mentioned to you on the economic calendar, we did have a couple of things that were coming out that I was watching. We had the S&P Case-Shiller Index. It came out pretty much right on target. So that was right. It looks like it came out at 5.9%. Depending where you go, it's either the estimate was 5.8 or 5.9, but it's right there at that same estimate. And the other one that we were watching here was the consumer. Well, that comes out at 10. The consumer confidence. Sorry. So there you go. Anyways, that's the one number that came out. I see. I didn't put it on my list. Right? Yeah, the house price index came out. Not this one doesn't typically have much market impact at all, but it was also on target. 0.1 or 0.2% growth percentage-wise was the expectation. Came out at 0.1. So there you go. So there's the actual numbers, and that data is released. So let's set some levels. We'll get ready for live trading with Brian and Thor today. Avi was supposed to be with us today and through this week, but poor guy, man, he's sick again. This is like, I think it's he keeps catching things. So hopefully he's feeling good. Oh, no Thor today? Oh, Thor said he could do it. I guess he forgot where he needs to be. All right. Well, we'll need a live trading volunteer then. So we'll find out. Definitely, it's going to be Brian, and we'll have some company for Brian one way or the other. So step up, moderators. We're looking for someone to jump in.
Yep, all right, Carlos. We'll make it work. All right, friends. On my list right now, just Baba, and continues to move higher. So that's nice. We have Tesla. We have JD. I am going to move up NVIDIA and Apple. Again, they're not really in play. They're just good to watch when when the market starts moving here. So, but my first three on here: Baba, Tesla, and JD. Looking forward to those. Doing some fun stuff today, man. Everything on my list, even the secondary, in the green this morning. Everything is just nice and green on the screen today. All right, let's start with Baba. Let's get some levels in here. This thing is on fire at the moment. We are high of the pre-market at 95.80, so we'll slam a level there. We're going to go to the left here on the daily and see when was the last time. Okay, here we go. Back in 2023, June, July, August, looks like we have a couple of days on here. First one is going to be 98.19, looks good. We also have 96.63. It's a great one on there, so we'll put that on. And then towards the bottom of the price right now, we have 94.44, and then over here as well, we got lots of touches over around 92.60, 69. So that's good. In case we break out of this 98.19, right? That's a $3 move from where the price action is, just in case we do have another level at 99.82. I don't think this news is that strong, but you never know. Let's see how the market reacts to it when the market opens. I love the pre-market. We just marked that as well, 93.27, and you're set on Baba. Again, looking really good this morning. Volume, 3 million shares traded. I can't remember when was the last time we saw so much volume in the pre-market on Baba. This is heavily in play today. I'll be looking out for a breakout and also any profit taking, right? So be aware of that, because this stock has moved quite a bit from the lows of July, even the lows of September. And the 79, we're sitting at 95. So it's a big move over the last couple of weeks. Here is Tesla. Tesla looking to try to reach their recent highs here back in July. That is 270. We also have 256, a great level off the daily there as well. Our pre-market high is just shy of that, down at 254. 254.97. So we'll slam a level there. And then we have the low of the pre-market down at 251. And then below that, you don't need to really add anything. You look at this daily, you have your previous day close, highs and lows for the last two trading days are doing a great job. So once you look at that, you are pretty much set here when it comes to Tesla. All right, next is JD. So JD on the list here, low of the pre-market for JD, also gapping up pretty nice, up 8.5. 31.46 is the low of that's the price right now in pre-market, and 32.32 is the high of the pre-market on JD. Heading over to the left, let's see what we can find here. April, May, June timeframe, we see some action here on the daily. We're going to mark down 32.98. Seems like a good one. Obviously, you got this level all the way at 35.61. These two are very clean levels. The next one, I don't see anything that's a major level. We'll mark down 33.76. There are a couple of days, closing, opening, and slamming into this. So we'll mark that down, but it's not a big clean level like this 32.98 and this 32.30, right? Very, very clear. There's a lot of support and resistance happening there. Towards the bottom, we do have our highs and lows and previous day close all the way down there. There is an area right around 30.66. Got a couple of days slamming into that or touching that there. So that might be worth having in case we do see some profit taken or a sell-off when the market does open and the heavy volume does come in. Here's NVIDIA. NVIDIA at the moment, again, pretty quiet. And again, we're just kind of just going into this point over here. So the range is really tight at the moment compared to what we did for the last week or two. We had a nice range here from like 114 to about 119. Don't quote me on it, but very tight range the last 2-3 days. So let's see if this means anything. For us, makes the levels very easy. Just mark down the high of the pre-market at 117, the low over at 116.07. And once you do that, I'm not going to add anything else. I'll be looking for the breakout from the highs and lows of the last two trading days that we have here. So let's check out if we can break out of this tighter range into the bigger range that we have here, that 1850 looks like, and that 1480. That would be nice depending on what the market wants to do. Volume is not great. We've seen much better, especially at 9:15 in the morning. But 4.6 is nothing to laugh at. Still great volume for this stock. Apple also very quiet, not doing a whole lot. 228.57 is the high of the pre-market. The low is just slamming into the previous day close here. And speaking of slamming into things, I would love for you guys to slam into that thumbs up button. Really appreciate it. It helps us out a ton. Right now, we're sitting at 140 with 532 watching. We'd love to get to 300. That's our goal. So if you can help us get there, we really appreciate it. It does help us out a lot to keep this show going here free on YouTube. So thank you so much for your support there. All right, that's Apple. Meta is next, and then actually that's my secondary list. I have Meta, NVIDIA, Apple. Apple twice. I like Apple that much. No, I don't. So we're going to take this one off here, clean this up a little bit, delete that there. There we go. And then PDD is another great one if you're looking for Chinese tickers. And you have TSM also moving up here. So that could be interesting as well. I do have a close eye on that also. All right, Peter, let's get to our moderators list and see what the team is watching this morning.
Yeah, we've got some interesting lists here this morning. You can tell when you get a day like this, right, where people start to, be a little more cautious. Eamon's potentially looking at a risky long on PLTR. He always makes that call after he sees the setup or not at the open. So he'll be watching PLTR closely. Mike is just going to rely on scanners, going to wait and see what moves, if anything. You can give him some high of day breaks or other trading opportunities. Megan, as always, focused and in on Tesla and is going to just put her eyes on it. Thor is going to be watching Tesla, Amazon, NVIDIA, and of course his futures. Jared's going to be watching Tesla, NVIDIA, Snow, and of course the Chinese stocks we were just talking about. On my list, I've got AMD, Tesla, and NVIDIA, sort of the usuals for me. But today I'll be watching BABA, PLTR, and I do like JD. I got some good volume this morning. I might watch that one as well. Still no IPOs, no new offerings out there. So there was supposed to be one, Xena, but it doesn't look like it's going to be opening today, so I'll let you guys know when it happens in future days. Pierre is going to be watching NVIDIA, Tesla, PLTR, and Amazon. And last with his listing so far this morning is Phil with NVIDIA, Tesla, the SPY, and Meta and Apple. So good list there for him. All right. Well, we know that Brian's going to be here, and Brian's going to be trading live. Carlos, I don't yet have a volunteer to help Brian, because Thor was going to be here, but he's got to be over. He's trading live with our friends at Peak Capital Trading. So it looks like it's you or me. Are you willing to consider it? Because I was thinking we can rock paper scissors for it. If
let's rock paper scissors for it. But I do have
okay. Here we go. Let's do it.
Let's rock, paper, scissors. All right, man. Here we go.
That?
Hands on the camera. What was that?
Yeah. Wait.
On three?
Can't have them freeze. It on three. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. Both scissors. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
All right. You're doing your count very slow. Hold on. I wasn't ready. You're doing your count very slow. Let's go.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, both paper. What's going on here? Okay, you count this time.
All right. The way we do, we don't count 1, 2, 3. We do rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, okay. You do that then.
Is that the way you do it? I mean, I don't know.
Sure, yeah. You're in charge now. You make it happen.
Okay, let's go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, you win.
Ooh,
all right.
There we go.
There you go. All right. Looks like
that was fair and square.
There we go.
Fair and square. All right. Let's see, guys. We're set. Anything else, friends? Looking forward to today. Looks like our BABA, Tesla are rocking this morning, and yeah, we're pretty good here. That's the way we do it, right? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
awesome.
Learn something new.
Yeah.
You don't do.
Okay.
You want to get crazy? You have the dynamite in there, and no. Anyways, let's keep this up.
The dynamite. No. Yeah. Peter, please enlighten us while we wait for Brian. What's a dynamite?
You never done like the complex version where you put dynamite in there? You know.
First time. I'm learning something new. I'm gonna have to.
Okay. Well, dynamite beats rock, and dynamite beats paper, but scissors beats dynamite because you cut the wick. So.
Man, we learned something new. I did not know that.
You can add the dynamite. It might get more complicated. Anyways.
Yeah.
That's advanced rock, paper, scissors.
I could tell. All right, friends. We are all set, good to go. Over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up if we haven't done so already. I hope we got to our 300 likes. That is our goal here today.
We haven't yet. Hopefully, we're not even 200.
We haven't yet. What's going on? What, people are just tired. They don't want to hit the button.
And we almost have 600 people here. We should be able to get to 300 very quickly.
I would think so. See, Andrew will now be asking for like 600. I'm like, Andrew.
You know why? Am I not doing enough rants? Is that why? Is that what's happening?
It could be, man.
Come on,
something's not working.
Don't be a freeloader.
If you get to 300,
get off my lawn,
we've got a rant.
Unless you're willing to play here. Come on. We
yeah.
All we ask is just hit the button for us. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
It would help. Don't make me beg. I hate that.
Almost there.
Almost there.
You got to beg
for them.
There.
Thank you.
I hate begging, but it's if you don't do it, you don't get them. Like
you don't get them if you don't
gets
beg.
the oil. It sucks. I don't like.
You don't like
the PBS telethon kind of setup,
right?
Yeah,
basically, yeah. I think without Andrew here, we're not giving stuff away, so that's why they're only here for the free stuff.
No, these guys know we're not giving stuff away. They're here because they want to be here. We appreciate that. They know that until Andrew comes back, there's no laptops, and they're still here, man. So we appreciate you guys. I think these are true followers of the show that really enjoy what we're doing or enjoy your rants. and you haven't given them any rants, and they're upset
because you guys make them money.
What do you want me to rant on? I can rant on almost
that's
anything.
The case. I hope they're making good money and preparing every morning properly. So that'll be awesome. 9:21. We'll wait for Brian to hop on in here. Peter will be joining you guys live this morning, and yeah, we'll be all set, good to go. Peter, I hope that I forced you to trade, that you make money this morning, and I'll be really happy.
We'll see. I mean, I'm planning to take it cautious at this point. I don't see any open trades for me. I've got some pretty specific strategies that I trade at the open, but nothing so far setting up. Baba, maybe if we get a pullback, there might be a rising devil here, fallen angel on Baba, where it will pull back to the VWAP, and then we can get a move higher. It's a little far away from the VWAP, but we'll see. I mean, Baba's moving well, so it's my best candidate at this point, but not great.
Yeah.
Everything else is pretty light. So it may be quiet, but that's okay. I mean, that's part of what we demonstrate here in the room, is everybody's got their own trading style, and most of my trading happens sort of mid-morning. I really sort of kick into action usually around 10:30, because that's when my trade setups start to happen. So, I mean, I'd love to be, done in 20 minutes like an Andrew, but that's just not me. I just don't do it that well. So, yeah.
Yeah. I do see Brian's got his list in Baba, Tesla, Nvidia, and JD. So very similar to what I'm watching. I mean, it's just kind of a quiet day. So I'll wait for him to log on. But today at 10:30, Mike is going to be coming in to talk about leveraging scanners for the high of day break strategy, which is his bread and butter. That is one of the strategies that he does very, very well. So 10:30 today, he'll be talking about that. So don't miss it. After an hour of live trading, Mike will come in with that.
He's going to give a sneak peek on his webinar tonight, then. Is that it?
Yeah.
That's good. All right, cool.
All right. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning.
Good morning, Brian.
All right.
All right. Excellent, guys. I'll let you guys get to it, get ready, and I'll be in chat.
All right. Thanks, Carlos. Well, Brian, it looks like it's you and me this morning. No, we went through like half the crew. Avi was supposed to be here, and he's like sick as a dog, poor guy. And then Thor said he'd step in, but forgot he was over at the P Capital. So Carlos and I did rock, paper, scissors, and you got me. So here we are.
I saw that. So you were the winner or the loser, depending how you.
Well, I thought about that. Should the winner have taken it? I'm not sure, but I mean, either way.
Well, I'm a hamper camper this morning. I had a bunch of Baba 90 calls from yesterday. I kept them overnight, and I ended up buying some 250 Tesla calls, and it's breaking out at 250 now. So I really don't even need to trade today. I think I'm going to be up.
You hit your goal before the bell.
Well, those Baba calls, they're like almost $6 in the money now. So I'm up many grand, as they say. So many grand on that trade. That worked out.
He's up grands and grands. Excellent.
Grands and grands. I'm just looking here at some other stuff that could be of interest. Energy is up today, XLE. Got gold and silver up a little bit, the miners. Other than that, Meta's had a big run up, kind of flat.
That's my 5-minute warning alarm. We got 5 minutes till the market open. JD's moving. Well,
I see that.
It's not moving quite as well as Baba, but I'm definitely keeping a close eye on Baba. It's probably my one open trade that I would consider.
What's the deal on the Chinese stocks? Because I see K-Web's up. Baidu's up.
The Chinese government announced some economic stimulus and an easing of lending conditions from the People's Bank of China. So
I saw that. Yes. Okay. So all the Chinese stocks are up.
Yeah.
I don't know if that is going to fix anything, but I guess.
Well, probably not much in the long term, but in the short term, it's given a little bit of a boost, right? So
yeah, it's definitely the only thing I care about is it got a nice bump on those stocks. Sometimes you have to be you don't always have to be talented. You just have to be lucky. So so there you go. Yeah, nice run up. So yeah, I think we're going to have to maybe watch the scanners too. I'm a little bit nervous about trading. Well, Apple kind of looks interesting, maybe. AMD. MU is one of the better movers on the semis. It's up almost 1.5%. So, but MU is typically not a great trading stock.
No, it is not.
No, just
at least not in my opinion.
No, tried to trade it before with mixed results. So
it's I know people love it. It's one of the last ones I go to in the semiconductor sector. I don't know. I don't like the way it moves myself.
So Apple's got some orders, top side 229 to 2950, 230. So we could get a nice little bump on that.
Yeah, I can't believe Apple is back up here.
I know.
It's not back at its all-time high, which is still another $8 higher, but it's in a good position. Meta might be worth watching too, just again, because it's sitting at all-time high, like it set yesterday, right? And we'll see what it does today. But I've got it on one of my other charts here, so see if it continues to be interesting. Baba.
Well, I'm going to sell some of those calls at the open, and we'll see where it takes me. On the rest,
I admit I don't fully trust Bubba's movement here, so
no,
makes me a little nervous.
What have we got for levels here? Well, we're really breaking out here. We're through 95. 100 looks like something we did over a year ago. 101 back in July 2023. Remember what you were doing in July 2023?
All right, there's my 1 minute warning. 1 minute to the open.
All right. 30 seconds. Tesla's popping a little bit. Apple's still interesting. We're just going to have to sit on our proverbial hands here for a few minutes. Qs and SPY have been a little bit choppy this morning. So here we go. Good luck, everybody. Keep it green.
Yeah. Let's see what we get. 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. All right. Off to the races. Off like a herd of turtles. Where are you going?
All right. I'm still...
No pullback on Baba. It's just moving higher a little bit.
NVIDIA's popping. Apple's popping.
PLTR is dropping hard.
Yeah, PLTR was flat. It's interesting.
Apple Pop up an Apple. Oh. All right, I'm not liking the price action on Baba for a Fallen Angel type trade, so that open trade is out. Looks like I've got no trades off the opening bell here, so.
Wow, Nvidia's popping. Nvidia's through yesterday's high. Okay, so I bailed on my a lot of my Tesla calls, and I also bailed on a lot of my Baba calls. So that was awesome. Tesla's looking like it might go some more here. Baba's pulling back.
Yeah, I have no idea which direction Baba's going to go in. So
Tesla's dropping now.
Yeah, look at that move. Oof. Oof.
Wow. Ooh, wow.
Oof. PLTR still going down.
I'm actually short a little, Bobby.
Yeah, I thought about shorting Baba. It was just I told myself I wanted to have a full 100% following my rules day today. So
yeah,
take that.
It's coming back up to the break even.
Apple down to 228.
Wow, it's been we've had quite a bit of a round trip so far on Tesla.
Yeah,
AMD is breaking out here by the looks of it. Yeah, it's hard to trust any of these moves.
I agree. Visa's moving down. Just keeping an eye on them. Just news on Visa, the Department of Justice investigation into their debit card scheme. Look at Baba. Baba's up. Now it's heading up.
I had to get out of that. I had to get out of that short for a small loss there, back at break even. But I got some slippage there, so unfortunately.
Yeah, it's again, Baba typically is hard to trade. Like I need to see very solid signals for me to trade it because I find it does this type of thing all the time, right? Where it's up and down and up and down and hard to predict. So
now it's going to pull back again, of course. Yeah, just everything's kind of choppy. Qs are rolling over. SPY is looking like it's going to go red on the day.
Yeah, SPY is 20 cents away from that yesterday's close mark. We'll see if it holds here or not. Qs have a little farther to go at 80 cents. Both holding green for the moment. Look at Tesla, man. Tesla's up. Tesla's down. Tesla's back at the open price.
Yeah, I know. It's all over the place here.
Intel is green and moving up a little bit. NVIDIA and AMD are really uncertain as to where they want to go. Bunch of orders queuing up at 255 on Tesla. See if we can take those.
Just looking at that right now.
The semis are feeling sort of weak this morning to me.
Yeah,
but not enough
MU
that I'm
really,
going to take it.
MU pulled back a lot. Try long here on Tesla. It's getting long on this pullback. See if we can go back up. See if we could get to this 255. It's sort of a bounce off the VWAP here.
All right. Well, good luck to you. I hope it works.
Yeah. So just selling some. $254,
skittish to me.
50. Yeah.
Mm-mm. I mean, you guys, how's it going out there on YouTube? Anybody trading anything? See a couple of you watching Intel, Apple. Yeah, see, it's another choppy day at the open. We saw this yesterday, right? So it shouldn't be too much of a surprise. Another one of these so far directionalist days. It's early. I mean, we're only 7 minutes in, so we're not going to get too excited yet.
And we'll see what comes. It's definitely there's a seller there at 254.50 on Tesla. See if they can we can eat through that order.
As Thor would say, nom 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 nom.
Yeah. Here we go. Ah, here we go. Here we go. There we go. Come on.
All right, let's go through the 255. Give them the push here.
Oh, couldn't. This is what is high of day here? 254.99.
Yeah.
254.99 is high of day.
Speaking of which, you know what's interesting? Yesterday, Brian, we were watching the close there together. It was there we go.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. We got a fill. 255.09. Still holding some. Just selling some more. 254, 255.20, 29.
Nice.
Jared's trading NVIDIA.
Yeah, see if NVIDIA's got to break through this level that's set right at the opening minute. Yep. Looks like it's going to get through it. Come on, there you go. There's the pop through. So new high of day
this on is
NVIDIA.
R4 here.
R4 on Tesla, yes.
Yeah. See if we get to 256 on Tesla.
Almost. Come on, Tesla. Do it for Brian.
Yeah, come on, baby.
Do it for... There you go.
There we go. There we go. Phil. Okay, I'm almost out of shares. Got long a little NVIDIA with Jared here as well.
Okay.
Kind of chasing it, but sold some here at 117.50. Okay, well, I'm almost out of Tesla too. I'm running out of shares here. There are orders here. I mean, I was looking at Tesla last night. I think, today we could see 260. Maybe I should buy some 260 calls. 250 calls worked yesterday.
well, careful about the pullback.
We're going to 250.
Yeah, well, you were right. You were right.
Wow. Oh, what happened to NVIDIA? Come on. What kind of tomfoolery is that?
Yeah. You looked away for just a second, eh?
That's I know. I turned my head for just a second, and what did you do? Come on.
It's like
Jared.
It's like having a toddler around.
Jared, what
took my eye off you for a second, and you got yourself into trouble.
Yeah. It was probably Jared. He probably dumped a whole bunch of shares up at 117.50.
That's right. Blame Jared.
Yeah. Well, we got to blame somebody. It's, what are the Qs and SPY doing? Interesting. Not really looking very strong, that's for sure. The SPY is testing PDC, previous day close.
It certainly
Tesla.
Is.
Tesla's still looking good. Yeah, Baba's now breaking out. Tesla's looking good.
Apple is looking weak.
Yeah, Apple's testing pre-market low. Is that, or no? Not quite. 227.20.
Wow. Yeah, 227. Yeah, exactly. 227.20 is pre-market low, really. Certainly testing the low of day here, though. There you go. Set a new low.
Yeah. It's going there.
Meta pulled back here. Hannah is watching that.
Yeah, wow. Meta's down a percent, $5. Big pullback there.
Brent J. Rose can't hear us. Can you hear us now?
Oh, no. I can hear. I'm fine. There was just somebody in the chat saying that there was no audio. So it's just curious.
Oh, okay.
If it was...
Hopefully they can hear us now.
Yeah.
Hate for you not to hear us.
No, it seems like the audio is working. I think it was just on their end.
We can do a little singing. We can do a little singing to make sure people can hear us.
Only if we get to 400 likes.
I didn't realize, Brent, that was even you. I thought it was someone different. Have we not? We haven't made you a moderator of our YouTube?
No, I guess not. I think we should. Yeah.
You have no powers.
I have no powers.
Okay. We
need
to give
I
you
can shut
power.
down the stream. I have that power.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Not if I put you on a timeout.
Later, after some trading, we're going to have to get a rant from you, Peter. We did meet that 300 goal.
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
okay.
Was that the requirement? Oh, no.
Getting out of NVIDIA, and I'm looking like.
Oh my God! Look at Baba. Hit that high of day and then just dropped back to the view.
No, it's a dog's breakfast, as they say.
Dogs. I love that expression. It's a very farm-based expression, isn't it? Because didn't typically you would just give the dog just a bowl of slop, basically, right? Whatever was left over.
Gave him a bowl of something.
Yeah, as opposed to nowadays where the dogs typically eat better than we do.
Oh God, yeah, they eat. Yeah, it's gourmet all the way.
That's right. Top sirloin, whatever.
Here we go. Okay, I'm thinking of getting out of Tesla too.
Javier, you have a similar expression? Your dog likes steak tips? Little bacon wrap filet mignon? John, his regular daily diet?
Okay, so Apple bounced right off R3, right off that pre-market low. That would have been a trade to take.
It really did. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AMD is
just choppy, messy.
Yeah. Let's see what other stuff we got going on here. AMD's got a lot of orders to the upside. It's like they've got a very bullish. It's got a very bullish book. I would say.
All right. I'm just actively watching, guys. I'm looking to see how things are shaping up, trying to get a feel for the market today. Like I said, being that I didn't have an open trade, I don't anticipate trading probably for the next half hour at least, maybe 45 minutes. That's when my trades usually set up. But, if something happens, I want to be ready for it.
Okay, so I'm on NVIDIA. NVIDIA might actually push to a new high here, which it's looking like it's going to try to do.
Yeah, it does look like it might.
Pulled back again pretty hard there from the high of day. Yeah, it's looking a little toppy here.
We got a daily level here at 117.50 on NVIDIA, so it does seem to be having some trouble getting through that.
What did JD end up doing? I never did watch it. No, it's kind of lame.
Yeah, not much. It moved up, but in a choppy fashion. It's like it looks like a junior Bubba. It's the price. The movement is very similar, just in a tighter range. Yeah, NVIDIA. I don't know what NVIDIA's going to do. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide whether to get into an AMD trade here. The book is bullish, but it's not really price action. Really isn't. Using the SPY bouncing a bit here. No, I don't like AMD. It's not.
Are you going to take that, Peter?
No.
I'm okay with that. Not every stock is for every trader. I don't mind. I don't like AMD right now either. But it's funny because I can understand why, like, Brian and Andrew regularly say they don't like AMD because, you guys are typically watching it in the first 45 minutes. I don't like AMD in the first 45 minutes. Love it later in the day. Hate it at the open. Yeah, see, NVIDIA, there you go. It's all the way back to VWAP here now.
See, again, it's big drop. Again, the Qs and the SPY the SPY went red. I kind of thought AMD was not looking like a long. back down to the VWAP here. See what it does here. It might bounce on this VWAP.
So what are you saying? There's too many negatives in that, Brian. Are you saying that AMD was not to short?
Was not a long, definitely up to the top there, and then I thought maybe it might be it could bounce here. We've kind of dropped a little below the VWAP, but AMD likes to do that and then come back up, which it's doing now.
Pearson Fail. Jared's talking about. I like Pearson Fail, man. He's we need like a Pearson Fail action movie. Next coming of Bond,
starring.
You still have that picture of Pearson Fail?
Who would it?
For those on YouTube,
who would it star?
It's an inside joke. He's really saying pierce and fail as a strategy, but we started saying it too fast and ended up with a meme of some guy in a tux. Pierce and fail. We memed him.
Yeah.
There he is. There's Pierce and fail.
Yeah.
There you go. I knew John would have it. Well, I've got a tux. I guess I could do it. I don't know if my tux would still fit.
Yeah.
Me, but
I've got a tux too. I haven't worn it forever.
Yeah. I spent a lot of money on that tux. I should wear it. But I just don't have the opportunity, and I'm not interested in creating one, to be honest.
Okay. Maybe we should we should all take tuxes to
Colombia.
To Colombia, we can have a formal dinner.
Yeah, that actually that would be cool. I'm not sure I want to carry it around for a week and a half just for one opportunity, but
Yeah, this is the problem, isn't it? Packing a tux around.
We should. We'll just wear it on the plane. Just see what happens.
Sure.
All right. Tesla did hit a new high of day, so it did pop back up here.
Yeah, it popped up there. I'm just flat everything right now. I'm not holding any positions. Looking for another trade here. Tesla was very nice.
Time to relax and focus. I like the name. Saying on YouTube, Intel did not pass 23. It's definitely true. 23 is Intel's Balrock. I like that reference. You shall not pass. Mr. T, that is a very classic scene. It's good. JD really dropped here in the last 3 minutes, down below VWAP. Moving further south. Baba.
Yeah, look at Baba. Yeah, look at Baba. Yeah. Baba's losing it.
They're moving together here, these two at least. So I imagine I haven't checked the others, but I would guess that PDD and Billy, Baidu, they're all sort of moving in sync here.
I think the problem with the Chinese economy is it's still their real estate. Nobody has any confidence that, and I think there's a lot of these companies are underwater, and the government's just trying to prop things up.
You should doesn't work well. Have you talked to Xi Jinping recently? You should put a call into him and tell him what the problem is. There. I'm sure he'd love to hear from you.
I might end up in a work camp making you clogs.
Well, hopefully he won't be able to extradite you from Canada. But I've watched a lot of those action movies. They seem to have ways. So
Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, the Chinese government didn't take kindly to that reference.
Oh, I missed that one. What was that? Winnie the Pooh?
What's that? Yeah, some people were saying he looked like Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, okay. Well,
and
there's not a leader in the world that likes to be mocked, but
no.
When you're a totalitarian type leader, you like it even less because usually you can punish people.
Exactly. There's an opportunity to short Baba here.
Yeah. IG. I wouldn't be betting anything on that, but Argentina's had their leadership has also been. I started reading a book called Autocracy Inc. They were talking about all of the totalitarian type of leadership and how it's morphed over time, and it's not single country specific. Interesting book, a little doomsday-ish, but apparently they get more positive as the book goes on. But the author she's a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist. So a friend of mine had it when I was at a cottage this weekend. Maybe I'll get around to reading the rest of it. I don't know. It is food for thought. Anyways, the world certainly has changed. I started, while I was at my friend's cottage, I actually borrowed The West Wing, one of my favorite shows ever. My kids were talking to my girls about it, and they remember how we would like put them to bed just so we could watch The West Wing back 25 years ago when it was live on the TV, and still love the show. I think it's a great show, but it really demonstrates how politics has changed over the last quarter century. As you watch the things that they're worried about, these scandals that they're worried about here in the West Wing type show, that nowadays we wouldn't even bat an eyelash at, right? I mean, it's the stock and trade of previous presidential individuals. So it's just it's interesting to see. Watching Tesla here, it is struggling at this 257 area. I sort of want to short it, but it's not my typical trade.
Okay. Still, I'm kind of thinking about a BABA short. Let's see what it does here. AMD is still struggling. Qs are selling off. The Qs have gone, or I should say the SPY has gone red on the day.
It has. NVIDIA's gone into a chop range here. AMD's at the low of day, or right close to low of day.
Took a short on BABA here, 95.10. Just to cover some there, 94.90. It's covering some. See if it can go further down here. BABA sold off quite a bit yesterday after popping up, so maybe was bemoaning my 90 calls to Megan last night, saying they were a major disappointment until I woke up this morning.
All right. Since I'm here, should we do the news?
We've got consumer confidence at 10, which is coming up right now.
Yeah. BBT News alert. All right. So consumer confidence number came out actually lower than expected. It was anticipated being a 103.9 number. This is a relative scale, keep in mind. Came out at 98.7. So pretty low consumer confidence. We are seeing the market react. Look at the drop here.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's a surprisingly large move in response to that. So definitely consumer confidence having a short-term impact on the market. Both the Qs and the SPY are now red. But Will, you are correct. That would be good for cuts, right? We don't want to see high economic growth or high consumer confidence, actually, because you don't want the Feds to feel that they have to hold the rates higher to keep suppressing the market a little bit.
I'm just covering some here at 94.64.
I should have taken Tesla short. Oh, well, Tesla's at VWAP.
Wow.
AMD's gone red.
NVIDIA took a big dump. Damn, I'm not in Baba's not moving like I would like it to. We have taken some profits, so we'll just set my stop at break even, and let's just see if this thing can make its way back down during the day to where would I target here? It'd be nice if it got back into the 93s.
Yeah. Mena Agina, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right, but good question. Why don't I trade the indices? I have in the past, and I do occasionally, but I've found that overall, when I went back and looked at my stats, my success rate was lower on those, and my relative profit levels were lower on those trades than when I traded the stuff I usually do. So, basically, the short answer is I've found something I'm very comfortable in, trading my handful of stocks sort of mid-morning. And being that I've got a pretty high success rate with it, I figured I'll stick to those. For the most part, and only when I see something exceptional will I worry about trading the indices. So, there's value, I believe, in sticking to the stuff right, or at least the stuff you're comfortable with. So, Microsoft having a pretty bad day here today.
Ooh. Wow! Look at the markets drop. Holy cow!
Yeah. Pretty big reaction to that consumer confidence number. So,
yeah. All right, Baba's getting some move on Baba now. It's nice.
NVIDIA's just gone red.
Yeah, NVIDIA. Yeah, a lot of the screen has gone red. All right. Well, I had a pretty good day. Swing trades worked out good. Tesla had a nice move on Tesla. NVIDIA wasn't a great winner, but now we've got still holding Baba short here.
Oh. Look at Tesla. Wow. Okay. I missed that short on Tesla. I probably should have taken that one, but well.
I'm going to get a bounce here soon on the Qs and the SPY. Is what I'm guessing.
Hector, a little bit. I mean, it wasn't typically, I was playing more my momentum than a mature trade setup. I just saw it really unable to get through that 257. I was looking at going short just before 10 o'clock, but frankly, it wasn't the news as much as it was just, it wasn't. I didn't feel like it was a fully fleshed out trade setup.
Kaiser, a nice catch on AMD. Kaiser,
wow,
Farad, nice catch.
Farhad.
Yeah.
What patience you had! Look at the entry. You suffered those higher highs. Yeah, that's. Yeah. I wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah.
All right, Nvidia's hanging on here. Well, nope, I spoke too soon. Was hanging on to the green.
Doesn't look like we've found a bottom yet here.
No, it does look like it's eager to go lower.
Yeah, Amazon Meta's down $10 now. We had one of our female traders in the room, short Meta.
Okay.
I can't remember Hannah or Lucky Chick, but hopefully you're still short.
Yeah, nice, Hannah says that she did. So.
Yeah. Hopefully you're still in that. Nice.
Wow.
Awesome.
Nice.
Oh, with options. Oh, great. Even better.
Wow.
Getting a good return.
Well, Abdul, then you're welcome. So if you shorted it on my call, that's good. At least somebody did. I didn't take advantage of that, but it's good to know. Hassan, how often do I take a reversal on the long side? Not as often as a short, for sure. But this market has generally lent itself to that, right? Because the big long movements, I find you don't get the pullbacks and then the moves. Being that the market's generally been moving upwards, the reversal type of trade that I typically look for works better when I'm playing against the broader trend. So, in a down market, I'd actually play long more often, counterintuitive as that is. It's generally how it's worked in the past. So, guess that's why, when you're a reversal trader.
Well, you should have, NVIDIA wouldn't have been a bad reversal at PDC.
No.
It's too late now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not aggressive enough for me to take it here today, at least not yet. And I have to keep in mind, right? Like it feels like we've been doing this, that we're long in the tooth on the day, and depending on your style of trading, you could be exhausted by now. 40 minutes of focus it can be tiring. But for me, I said like my day is just about to get started, so I'm not particularly worried about it.
Okay, well, I'm about to get stopped out of BABA on the top side here for the rest. So, NVIDIA is trying to
does look like it's trying to bounce here, right? Yeah,
it does a little bit. We do have some orders still down at 116 and 115. See, the book is still sort of bearish here. AMD doesn't have any orders down here, but it's maybe just a small one. But it may go down and grab those shares. Tesla, what does Tesla look like here?
Tesla's looks like it's getting some support here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Might take a long on Tesla. What's the market doing? Market's trying to bounce. Yeah. I'm going to go long Tesla. 253.40. Let's see see if we can get move back up here to the VWAP at least. 253.40. Maybe we get through 254. There we go. Selling some 254.13.
Nice little quick move, Brian. That's good.
Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Sell some more here. 254.30. Yeah. Nice one. All right. Q's SPY bouncing back here. That's kind of helping the trade for sure. See here. Let's see what we do at the VWAP. We're at the VWAP right now, so I mean, this could be an area where we'll get a rejection. I'm out of a lot of this trade right now, so just because potential for reversal again.
Just a reminder, our friends at Spot Gamma are having their launch event at 11 o'clock where they're going to talk about their new platform.
Right on. So, yeah. This tool they call Trace.
Yeah, the Trace the Market tool. So, again, if you're interested, check up in the comments. I posted the... No, they're doing it themselves. I post the link here to their the Burble Trader link to their launch. If you're interested in that, it's certainly sits. I know that Jared was playing with it yesterday and sort of showing its capability to us and how it works. So,
see here. See if I can get it to run here. I thought I had a version that was. I think they've already got their version running. It's not coming up though. Okay. The premise of the Spot Gamma is they feel that a lot of the market moves are driven by these zero DT options. So those familiar with options, the indexes have options that expire each day. So they call them zero DTE, zero days to expiry. Yeah, see, now we're dropping back here. I'm going to have to get the rest of Tesla on this. It just seems like maybe we're not ready to bounce yet. Let's see what it does here. Like I said, I'm already out of most of that trade. I just knew the VWAP was going to be resistance, and that's exactly what we saw. So let's see if we can hold this on this pullback here. Doesn't look like we are going to hold. Again, market kind of bounced and now it's pulling back a bit. see if this pullback gets bought. Retest the VWAP. Let's see. All right. Love the volatility in this market. Wow.
That there is.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, a few minutes. I think Mike is going to be joining us. You're there, Mike.
Mike will be joining us at 10:30. Correct.
Okay.
Peter, there's something wrong with your audio.
Hello? What's wrong with my audio?
Oh, it's better now. I don't know, it sounded weird.
It's weird. Okay.
So, yes, Mike's going to be on, and he's going to be talking about leveraging scanners for the high of day break strategy. So, if people have questions, now that would be a good time to ask Mike.
Yeah, indeed. Hard day for high day break. I don't think he's going to have a lot of examples from this morning, but
I hope he has some prepared.
No. Yeah, there might be a few. I mean, we did get Tesla pull back and then breakout. Yeah, there might have been a few. What's Jared's perspective on this? Is that a Fibonacci level that we rejected at? Jared posted a picture, a graph with an arrow, and you can interpret that any way you want. But it does look like one standard deviation in between some range. All right, well, I'm getting out of Tesla because it's not holding here, and the cues are looking a little dicey. NVIDIA back down to PDC here.
Yeah. Everything's sort of just, not everything, but a lot of stuff's just leaking lower. NVIDIA's barely hanging on to green again. Apple's gone red.
See, there was another good trade. I missed this trade on Baba. Baba on that bounce back, stopped me out, went right to the VWAP, rejected there, back down to low of day. That would have been a trade I probably would have taken, but I didn't catch that one. Let's see, what are we doing? What's Tesla doing? Tesla's heading lower here. Gary, what did you do there? PDC, okay. So you're using Fibonacci 2 by the looks of it. What's Baba doing? Yeah, I missed Bob. I missed that short right at the VWAP. Apple trade. Nice short on Apple. This is going to be a tough day for the bulls. I think we're
so far it is. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know that we're going to get a bounce here. So, Tesla down, testing low of day.
Mm-hmm.
Qs and SPY are really trying to hold this level here. Let's see if I can.
I'm still watching for my first trade opportunity, so looks like with how this is leaking off, it may be a tough day for me. We'll see what happens. We just get slow bleeding all day. That'll be problematic. TME. Okay, let's check that out. Not a very strong move up to high of day, but I see what you're looking at. Yeah, don't love it. Looking at the price action, it's pretty, not a lot of orders here, are there? I'll put TME. I'll keep an eye on it, but again, not loving it. All right, Brian, my apologies. I need a quick break. I'll be right back to everybody.
All right. No worries. Not looking for another. I'm just, there you go. Look at that. Tesla lost a low of day. It's heading to PDC. There's an order. There is an order at 250. Probably going to bounce here a bit. I knew it. I knew we were going to roll over again here. Qs, low of day, down to S4. Key levels of support for the for the Qs. We almost touched it, 480. If we lose 480, 470, 474 could be a problem. Okay, we came bouncing right off, a big bounce off that support level S4 on the Qs. And the SPY, we kind of came down pretty close to S4. I'm guessing if Thor's trading, he might have taken a long there. NVIDIA bouncing back. We are still in a downtrend, guys, just on the Qs and the SPY. You're looking at the moving averages, 9 EMA. We're trading below it, and the moving average is sloping down. So Definitely still downtrending. Just going through some charts here. NVIDIA, AMD, just try to figure out where we might be going. Apple looks like it has more downside, but
I'm back.
It is crap. Tesla's still trying to stay green here. But the Qs and the SPY aren't really helping.
No. Not a lot of help there.
No.
Well, we'll have to all find out together how far this sell-off is going to go. Again, Microsoft really just down all day. Apple looking very similar. At least Apple tried at the open to do something, but
NVIDIA's trying to go green again. Right up at the 9 EMA, which is an area where you often get resistance on a downtrend. Qs and the SPY still firmly in a downtrend. Apple is looking like it's heading lower. Tesla heading lower.
Tesla,
I was thinking about shorting Tesla again there. That was a nice setup. This rollover here was a nice setup. Lower high, high, lower high, lower high, rollover. Nice setup there for a bit of a short. Big order here at 250.
All right. See if Tesla holds this or bounces. It's a little support. This level.
All right. Well, it's 10:30 almost. So
almost.
We're gonna turn it over to Mike, who's going to talk about getting some opening range breakouts, and I assume that would include opening range breakdowns using scanners.
Yeah, we'll find out. Oh, there's my 10:30 alarm. So,
yep. Yeah. Well, some of the things that are breaking out today, interesting. Newmont Mining is one of them. So, be interesting to hear what Mike has to say. But everybody out in YouTube land, thank you for joining us this morning. And our members in the room, hope everyone had a good morning. There was definitely some trading opportunities. So, take care, everyone, and enjoy the presentation by Mike.
Before you guys leave, Mike isn't here yet.
Okay.
He just had to run quickly. Right. He's ready to go. Just 1 second.
That's okay. But I'm not going anywhere. Okay. I mean, I'm still looking for my first trade. So, I'm looking for that that opportunity. We'll see if we get to a nice strong move to low of day, a little bit of volume. That's all I need, and I can take a long. But we'll see what happens. It's primarily what I'm looking for right now.
I was about to say, if we can get to 400 likes, we're only 3 away, and then we'll.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Mike. Mike is back though. Let's get up to 400. Oh, 398.
I know. I'm counting them one at a time now. Just 2 people. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, we'd appreciate it. There you go. Thanks, everyone.
There we go.
You're all champs.
Awesome.
We can switch over to Mike.
There you go. Welcome, Mike.
Great.
Maybe. Hey, how you doing, Peter? Brian?
Yeah, I'm great, Mike.
Hi, Mike. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. I'm enjoying this beautiful weather in Kansas City until it turns to ice cold here in about a month. But that's all right.
Yeah.
We're good.
Enjoy it while you can.
Yes, always.
Looks like there's a blizzard going on behind you right now.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on the little pictures to come up for my wall. I really got to get the ones that will peel on and off so that I can actually have a design behind me, because I'm going to be traveling over the next 4 years. So, I mean, got to have something.
Got to have something. Okay. Take it away, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hey, everybody. Welcome to everybody out there on YouTube, everybody in the chat room. Good to see you. I got invited. Today I'm doing the webinar. It's going to be talking about my strategy, which is really leveraging scanners for the high-a-day break. And just want to kind of walk you through it real quick, kind of give you an intro to what I'm going to be presenting tonight at the BBT, and then I'll answer some questions at the end. So a lot of people always ask, hey, how do you use scanners? Scanners are not designed to be something that it goes off and you trade this stock. You got to use a scanner around a strategy to kind of help you. And what I've done over the course of years, really, is I've identified this high-a-day scanner that I use. And here's the settings that it's there for. I'm looking for a pullback, 25% from the highs off the open, looking for stocks that are priced $90 to $1,000. The key thing that I think this scanner provides me, right, is this volume. It gives me stocks that when they pull back off of large volume compared to what they've been trading. So there's some ignition in that stock, which says, hey, at this level is a significant level. There are sellers and buyers that are going to fight, and there's a possibility it's going to break out, but there's also a possibility that it may fail. So you got to be aware of that. And I'll show you how I kind of handle that. And then we got our shares, 90% RBOL, right? The typical things that are in there. So that's the scanner. Let me walk you kind of right through this real quick, and then we'll take some questions in the chat room or in YouTube if you want. I look to trade this 9:33 to 10:30. So right now I'm basically past the time that I'm using it. When that scanner goes off, I'm pulling the stock up on a larger screen to see, hey, is there truly a pullback that I'm looking to trade? And as you can see here on Apple, I'm going to walk you through this Apple trade I took. Yes, there's a pullback. I like this coming back here at the 940. That's when the scanner went off. That's when the pullback occurred. I then look to see if there's smooth volume. I don't like large spikes in the volume. The scanner can pick up stocks that are trading abnormal volume. So I just quickly look to make sure it's looking like it's being traded well. And then I want to know if that high day is at a significant level. Here you can see it's at R5, R6 off the Camarillo pivots, but I actually want to look to take this trade off the 224 level because that's near the R5, and R6 can be a rejection point. So I want to try to see if I can get from 224 up to this with a good risk to reward off of it. Things that you don't see on here is I got to have level 2 stacking on the ass side. You all know about Thor, right? And I like RBOL above 90% with this, right? Before I get into that stock, though, I want to make sure that there's some things that make me confident that the trade's going to do what I want. First, I'm looking to make sure there's no consolidation. And you can see this stock pulled back. It kind of moved up, but then it found support again here at VWAP when it pulled back the second time, which tells me this is probably the bottom. I want to see it start to now. I want to see it start to punch up towards the high of day, which we get there. Typically, I would like to get in this before it breaks 224, but hey, on this stock, it broke through and then it kind of found some support right here along the 224 with R5, right? So this is what I'm looking for. And the last thing I'm looking at is I want to see if there's some rising volume going into this break. If I get all that, then I'll go ahead and just simply take the trade, right? And then I'm going to execute the trade. So I place my stop typically at the open of the candle before. So that's my risk to reward. Take that entry right around 224. And then the way I'm going to manage this is I'm going to constantly move my stop as the candles close. So once this candle closes, my stop goes there. Once this one closes, it goes there. Once that one closes, we go there. And we just progressively move this up, right? I take a partial when I hit significant levels, as you can see here. And then when it makes a new 1 minute low, hey, I'm all out of the stock and I'm off to a new one. And the reason for that is this is, right, a scalping strategy. It is not a strategy that you're looking to get large 5, 6, 7, 8, 9R moves out of. You're looking to take advantage of a possible breakout. Maybe you get into a nice stock that moves in trends and it never quite gets back to making it new 1 minute lows. But what it also does is it helps you prevent you from large losses. As you can see here, this is a new high of day. Once it makes a new low, it clearly goes back down for a strong pullback, right? So this stock should work right away. You don't want to hold it, and you want to make sure you get your break even to the first partial. But most importantly, in order to trade this effectively, you can't get mad when you get stopped out or when you get stopped at break even to the penny, and then it goes in your direction, because that will happen a lot with high of days. So that's kind of where we're at with it. This evening, when I do this presentation, I'm going to go more in depth onto this. I'm also going to highlight the stats that I've pulled over the last 20 trading days. So I traded nothing but this from August 26th to last Friday. I collected the data on that, total trades. I had 51 total trades with it over the course of that time period. And I'll show you kind of the average gains out of it. I'll show you the average losses out of it, show you kind of my discipline while trading it. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. And interesting enough, I kind of developed this over the course of a year with a process that I developed known as kind of an observation exercise. And that's what I teach on my course on Trading Terminal. And I also have an awesome book me and Andrew wrote. So here for questions, if you'd like. I think I have YouTube up and active, but you never know. Like, I don't see any movement. Did they all run away, Brent or Peter?
No. There's still people watching. So those watching on YouTube, send in your questions. This is a great opportunity to ask Mike about his strategy.
Yeah. So I got YouTube up. Hopefully it's active on my side and not like pause. Sometimes YouTube does that for me. I don't know why. But Keith, you ask a good question, right, in our chat room. How do I move my stops? I do it mentally. Right? As soon as this stock makes a new 1 minute low, I'm just hitting my exit button to get out of that trade right away. Right? That's years of practice. Okay. Let me tell you that it's years of practice of being able to do that and having the ability to say, you know what, I don't need to use a hard stop because I have the confidence in myself to execute that.
Mike, are you able to see the questions on YouTube, or do you need?
Yeah, I'm reloading YouTube because I cannot. I'm just not seeing anything posted.
We're getting
there.
some questions.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah,
you see them there?
I just uploaded it, or reloaded it, so we're there. All right, so let's see. Peter, can you ask him? That way I can figure out where we're at, because I'm having to scroll through this. What's the big one?
Yeah, well, I think they're just recent. The first one I saw was what I'm not sure I understand the question. So, what time frame do you use for the Camarilla pivots? There's no real. It says, what time do you use for the Camarilla pivots? There's no real time frame.
Yeah, there's no real time, but I don't use pre-market data. So I think that might be what they're asking, Peter, is I know Thor uses pre-market data, and then there's Camarillo pivots without pre-market data. I use without the pre-market data. So it gives a slight variation on it. Carpenter, I've been trading since 2018. I like to say I've been gambling since 2008. That's when I started playing around with the market with no real strategy. So just taking stocks at a time frame. Oh, time frame? The Camarillo pivots are there all day, Usman. They don't change throughout the day. They change overnight on your lower time frames, and then your higher time frames, they'll change monthly. That's how I do it. RLW, not looking for anything in the pre-market. I'm literally just waiting for the scanner to go off. And once the scanner goes off, I click on the stock, I pull it up on my main trading screen, and boom, I'm going through those evaluations, right? I'm seeing if there's a pullback, seeing if there's smooth volume. Is it at a significant level? Does it have R-vol? Does it stack? And then as it approaches the high of day, does it meet the stuff that I want? So Poe, over in the chat room, I use the high a day scanner that I have on Trade Ideas. Right now, we're trying to update it on Trading Terminal to get it there for you all. Right now, what the big issue is, we have our development team creating this alert, which is a 25% pullback from the high. That's what we're missing in Trading Terminal. So until that's up, I'll continue to use Trade Ideas. But once we got that scanner, I'm going to be using it off of Trading Terminal. So did I miss any other ones? Chop, chop, chop. I don't see anything else.
In the room, Keith, it's just more of a technical question. Keith, if you're saying you can't find the Camarilla pivot points in DAS, it's pivot point. Just look for the pivot point study. The Camarilla points are really just an option in it. So.
Yeah. And what really surprised me over the course of that 20 days that I was doing this, I actually had a pretty high win rate on this. It came 82.5% is what the win rate came out of it. I think some of that also had to do with that nice little week of bull market that we had kind of there at the end going into the Fed rate decision as well. So I think that might have skewed it a little bit. But typically when I trade this strategy over the course of the year that I've done it, it's typically right around 70-75% is when I typically have for a win rate with it. At least. So nice and quiet. Look at that, Peter. Anything else out there that you all want to talk about, see? And then, right, Peter, I got a psychology webinar tomorrow as well. I forgot about that. That I'm doing.
It's you all week.
It's all me. And it's actually part 2 of this webinar where I'm going to talk about how to have good process and good performance and how you evaluate that to determine whether that strategy works correctly or not. So it's kind of a 2-part series, but that's how we go. Gary L., why not the low a day? I've tried the low of day multiple times. it just does not trade the same way. And I think John is there with me as well. When a high of day breaks at the high of day, it can run. When a low of day breaks, it typically pulls back and will possibly chop before running. So it doesn't give the same kind of feeling to me. And I want the stock to move right away in my direction. I want it to work. I want to take my profit. I want to get out and I want to go enjoy the rest of the day. What I don't want is I don't want to get into the stock, immediately go against me, and then chop around below my entry for 4 or 5 minutes before making the move. It's just my personality and my psychology. I hate being wrong. I don't like being wrong. And so I don't trade something that makes me feel like crap. So where do I put my stop loss? I'll initially put my stop loss. Brent, you can probably pull up my screen if it's not there. I'll typically put my stop loss right above.
Sorry about that. There you go.
Yeah, no problem. There we go. Right below the previous second entry candle. So if you see right here, this is the candle that's forming. I'll put it here, take the entry. Once this candle closes, then I just start moving my stop up, right? So let me erase that. Once this candle closes, my stop goes to here. And once this candle closes, my stop will go to there. And then once this one closes to there, and then once I take a partial, I'll go to break even. But once a new 1 minute low is made, I get all out of the trade. So that's kind of payment break a high a day scanners where it is. Stock the rock. Do you ever set a target or do you count on your stop? My target, believe it or not, and I'll discuss this in the webinar tonight, is really only about 1 hour from where I enter. And you may be like, why are you trying to trade 1 hour? And it really comes down to the fact that I can minimize my losses. So my average loss is well below 1 hour. So I actually have a return of about 1 to 3 on this strategy. So.
And I think with that, I think we're done. Gotta
awesome.
Leave them a little extra for your course later on.
Yeah, definitely. So thanks, Peter, for having me, Brian. Hopefully you're around. Brent, always a pleasure to be here. So awesome. Take care, everybody out on YouTube.
Yep. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget, if you're interested in options or want to know how options affect the market, Spot Gamma starting in about 10 minutes. So hopefully you can check them out, partners of ours. So they've got their launch event. And we'll be in the chat room all day. So later, everybody on YouTube. Let's talk to you tomorrow.
Take care, everybody.
Thanks, friend.